7 o'clock in the morning, the day after applying part of the Bio-Stim pack. I'll explain that in a minute. 75 degrees outside, finally some clouds in the sky and a hint of rain on the way. Can't think of a better time to apply some 700 GreeNe EfFect. All right, 700 GreeNe EfFect, RGS, Humic12, and 002. A healthy dose of 002 is down on the lawn. Now, this is actually my third round of the Bio-Stim pack, albeit a little bit different because, well, we've had a drought. We haven't seen rain in, oh man, I don't know, 2.5, 3 weeks. So we are in a drought, and the lawn most certainly is drought stress. So we're gonna talk about what I've done to readjust my program to help with the drought stress and some other things that you can do to help beat the heat and recover your lawn. Now, before I get into how I adjusted my Bio-Stim app to address the drought stress that I have going on my lawn, let's first understand what drought stress is and how we can lessen the damage that it can cause. Now, John touched on all this as well in one of his most recent videos. I'm gonna leave that linked in the description box below, or you can click that eye icon at the top of the screen. When you're in a drought, when you just haven't had rain for a very long period of time, what's gonna happen in the turf is it's gonna start shutting down its metabolic processes and it's gonna start to go dormant. Another thing that you're gonna find when you're in a drought stress situation is your turf is gonna start shedding its root mass, and that's a natural and a good thing for the turf. That root mass that's getting shed is going to be cycled through and reused by the plant later on, so that's why it's a good thing. And because things are starting to shut down, the last thing that we want to do is push it and stress it out even more than it already is. So what we want to do is we want to really back off the amount of nitrogen that we put in the lawn and up the amount of micronutrients that we put in. So here's what I did for this round of my Bio-Stim app on the lawn. Usually all of my Bermuda gets the RGS, the Humic12, the Air8, the 002, and 1801 GreenePunch. What I've done is I've cut out the Air8 and the 1801 GreenePunch, and I've supplemented in 700 GreeNe EfFect and 002 MicroGreene at higher rates. The 700 GreeNe EfFect, I did 9 ounces per 1,000 square feet, and the 002 MicroGreene, I did 6 ounces per 1,000 square feet. Now, why 700 GreeNe EfFect and 002 MicroGreene at higher rates? Both of those together have a lot of good minor nutrients in them with iron sprinkled into the mix. So we're getting the minor nutrients down into the soil to help boost it and give it a lot of help through this drought, as well as the iron to help keep color going on in the turf. I did sprinkle dethatch into the mix. I just didn't get video of that. I did that application about a week prior to these applications. I'll wait about a month and do another application of dethatch. We're in the summer months. Heat is gonna help dethatch do its job. So this is a perfect time to put that down on the lawn. I'll have more on that in a future video, so stay tuned for that one. So what are some other things that we can do to help reduce the amount of stress on the lawn during a drought? One thing that we can do is back off our mowing. I think I've mowed once in the past 2 weeks. Sounds about right. The growth just hasn't been there. The turf has just really slowed down, so I've only had to give it that one cut. So that's something I would recommend, is don't go out there and mow on a weekly basis, especially if you're not seeing the growth pattern like you normally see when things are really thriving. You've got a regular rain pattern, all that kind of stuff. So back off the mowing, only mow it at the height that it needs to be. I'm mowing my Bermuda at about 1 inch, maybe 1.25 inches, and it's looking pretty good. And yes, I've stopped cutting with a reel mower for now, and the reason for that, the lawn is just really uneven all over the place. So that reel mower, it's dipping in places and scalping the yard where I don't want it to be scalped. So in the future, I'm gonna have to come in and do a whole lot of leveling on the lawn, but that's later on. I'm not gonna do that now. So for now, I've just cut the reel mower out of the mix to reduce the risk of scalping it in places I don't want to scalp, and I've just been cutting with my rotary mower. Now, all of that being said, when your turf is drought stressed, the name of the game is to help your lawn survive, and one of the best things that you can do is water, water, water. So what I did at the beginning of this drought, which happened I swear, like the very next day that John left town, when he came out here and we did that video on my lawn, temperatures skyrocketed. We got up into the triple digits. It just roasted the lawn, and yeah, I had to jump on my watering game. So here's what I did. What I did was I took my old school sprinkler and put it in different areas throughout the lawn and had it overlap ever so slightly in those different areas and only watered for about 20 to 30 minutes in each one of those spots. Then I followed it up with a really heavy soaking. I did about an hour to an hour and 15 in the different areas. Another thing to keep in mind, if it's brown, don't put the fert down. I know a lot of people have that mentality. They see the turf, they're thinking, oh my gosh, things are going brown, I need to put out more fertilizer. Wrong mentality. I don't want you to do that. So to recap real quick, in a drought situation, we don't want to push with a whole lot of nitrogen. We want to reduce our mowing and only cut at the height that our turf needs. Get our watering dialed in. And keep giving it a drink of the N-Ext goodies. I did 3 ounces of the RGS, 3 ounces of the Humic12, 6 ounces of the 002 MicroGreene, and 9 ounces of the 700 GreeNe EfFect. So there it is. That's how we beat the heat and we help the lawn out when it's drought stressed. Rain is finally on the way. We have a 60% chance of that happening tomorrow or the day after I shot this video. So I'm happy about that. And I know the lawn is going to be happy as well. What other questions do you have for me? As always, drop those in the comments section below. Hit that thumbs up if you liked this video. Subscribe, share, hit the bell to get the notifications every time I upload a video. All that good social media stuff. Keep on keeping on, my lawn care brothers and sisters from Other Mysteries, and I will catch you next time.